Good evening, everyone. Are you able to hear me? Please confirm. Is it live or not yet? Shambhavi, you are not able to hear me? Please confirm. Audible. Thank you, Nitika. Ramu. Good. It's live. Right. So I think we can wait a couple of more minutes. And we are going to discuss a lot of nice LRDI caselets. इससे पिछले सेशंस में we discussed I think tabular format questions, some LR based questions also, some games tournaments were also there, right? And so in this session we are going to discuss caselets. Okay, so should we start now? Ready? How many of you would be attempting the cat for the first time? Are there any first timers here? Good evening, Shivam. Yes, you are ready to start the questions. That's nice. Okay. Okay, Shruti is the first timer, fresher, true tutorial also, and many others. SSS, Shambhavi, Shivam, Manya, excellent. Farhana, Dinesh. Nice. Okay, so that will be really interesting, and we are going to solve some nice questions, as I said you, and as always, as in the previous session, I will give you some time to solve on your own first, okay, and after that we shall discuss. Clear? Okay, so here is the first set for all of you. Then we shall discuss how should we have solved it. Fine. So let me show the first set. Here it is. So you can see the complete information. This is direction for question 1 to 5 and the 5 questions based on that. So I'm not reading it for you. You can read it on your own. So take your time. So first 2-3 minutes you will take to read the set completely and then try to grasp what is given. Is it visible properly? Fine. So it is 17-5. So 5-5. It is 5-5 in my system's watch. And I'm giving you exactly 10 minutes for this set. So at 5:15, we are going to start our discussion on this first set. Fine? So your time starts now. Okay, our time is up. Does anyone need more time? किसी को और टाइम चाहिए? Harsh, I hope you are solving this set. Ramu, Arya, Devki, please confirm. Dinesh, एक minute. Okay. Okay, I'm giving 2-3 more minutes. जिन्होंने लेट स्टार्ट किया है, you can still do it. I'm giving you 2-3 more minutes. That's the expertise required, Ramu. This is the area we need to understand the given data and we need to interpret it properly also. I think we should start now. Okay. Dinesh, we will check your answers. So first, let's try to understand what is given and what is being asked. I'm sure many of you have already solved and some of you have posted your answers as well. कुछ लोग शायद अभी try कर रहे हों. So let's first read what is the given information and then what can we infer from this. ठीक है? So directions. So Adhara, Bithi, Chaya, Dhanvi, Esther, Fatima. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F. So that's to make the things easier. So all the names start with different letters. So A, B, C, D, E, F are the interviewers in a process that awards funding for new initiatives. So ये 6 लोग जो हैं, they are the interviewers and they are going to award funding, right, for the new initiatives. Now every interviewer individually interviews each of the candidates individually. Individually it is mentioned 2 times here, and awards a token only if she recommends funding. यानी कि ये जो 6 लोग हैं, these are 6 interviewers, so they are going to individually interview every candidate, right? They are going to interview every candidate, and whether they like that candidate, whether they recommend funding, then they are going to award a token. Fine. What is a token? A token has a face value of 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 or 13. So these are the 6 tokens available here, right? 6 interviewers were there and there are 6 different face value tokens. Now each interviewer awards tokens of a single face value only. This is very important sentence. Each interviewer awards tokens of a single face value only. Can you please confirm what does this mean? इसका क्या मतलब है? What is the meaning of this sentence? Each interviewer awards tokens of a single face value only. It simply means that every interviewer gives away or awards a token of single face value. That means suppose let's say this Adhara, she interviews whatever number of candidates, and whatever number of candidates she awards a token, so she will be awarding a token of same face value to everyone, right? That's what it is mentioned here, that each interviewer awards tokens of a single face value only. ऐसा नहीं है that Adhara will give a token of face value 2 to one candidate and 3 to another candidate, 5 to another candidate. No. Yes, exactly, Dinesh, that's true. One person, so one interviewer has one particular type of tokens only. This is the simple meaning of the sentence. Each interviewer awards token of a single face value only. ठीक है ना? So that is an important point here. If you miss this information, then data may be very cumbersome, very problematic. But if you understand the inference here, it is very simple. So all these 6 interviewers, A, B, C, D, E, F, so each of them is awarding only one type of face value coins, face value tokens. Okay, let's proceed further now. I hope this point is clear to everyone, right? Yes, each interviewer has different value token. Exactly, Dinesh, that's true. Okay, let's proceed further now. So once all 6 interviewers are over for a candidate, so jitne bhi candidate hain, for each candidate, all the 6 interviewers are going to conduct an interview with that candidate. So once all 6 interviews are over for a candidate, the candidate receives a funding that is 1000 times the product of the face values of all the tokens. That means jitne bhi candidate aayenge, every candidate will be interviewed by all these 6 persons. Fine. Abhi it may be possible that all 6 persons give him a token, give the candidate token, or maybe some of them do not give a token. So whatever tokens a candidate has received, so their face values will be multiplied with 1000. So for example, if a candidate has a token with face values 2, 5 and 7. So if a candidate has received only 3 tokens with these 3 values, then they get a funding of ₹1000 multiplied with 2, multiply 5, multiply 7. That means all the face value tokens needs to be multiplied, and that needs to be multiplied with 1000. That will give the total amount of funding received by that particular candidate. So 70,000 is the funding received by this example, this candidate. Fine. Okay. So now the candidates So this Pragya, Kahira, Rashida, Smera, Tantra. So P, Q, R, S, T. So these are 5 candidates. That's quite easy now. So हर्ष अभी ये डिस्कस कर लें, पंचायत बाद में डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So this P, Q, R, S, T, these are the 5 candidates and there were 6 interviewers. Fine. So these are the 5 candidates who received funding. The funds they received in descending order were this much: 3,90,000, 2,10,000, 165,000, 77,000, 66,000. Now these are in a descending order. So see, one important thing is that these values we have received by multiplying the face value tokens face values multiplied with 1000. So last 3 zeros are not required for counting. So last 3 zeros can be easily erased, isn't it? We can easily omit them. And the remaining number, that is this 390, this 210, this 165 and 77 and 66. These numbers must be obtained because of multiplication of the face values of the tokens, isn't it? So it is a basically question of factorization. It's a basically question of factorization, and from that we can get to know that which particular interviewer has awarded a token to that particular candidate. ठीक है ना? Still we do not know कि इनमें से कौन सा candidate या कौन सी amount किस candidate को मिली है, and also we do not know that which interviewer is awarding which face value tokens. So that we need to identify based on the further facts. Fine. So I hope these points are clear. And before moving further, I think we can make a table regarding this. So 390, 210, 165, 77 and 66. Okay. So let me draw a table on the next page. Remember the numbers: 390, 210. So 390, 210, 165. What else? It was 77 and 66. 77 and 66. Let's factorize these numbers. So 390 कैसे मिलेगा? Remember the face values. Face values were 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So let me write that also. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So these are the 6 face values. So 390. Can you tell me the factorization for 390? So of course 10 is there, so 2 into 5 would be there, and 39 is 13 into 3. So it is 2 into 3 into 5 into 13, isn't it? So certainly 4 candidates or 4 interviewers must have given a token to this particular candidate, isn't it? Similarly 210 कैसे बनेगा? Again 210 means 21 into 10, 10 is 2 into 5, and 21 means 3 into 7. This is 2, 3, 5, 7. Yes or no? So again this candidate has got a token from 4 persons, right? Or 4 tokens has been received by this particular candidate as well. What about 165? 165 कैसे बनेगा? It is 11 into 15. That is 3, 5, 11. So this candidate has received exactly 3 tokens. And what about 77? This is only 2 tokens, 7 and 11. And 66, that is 2, 3, 11. I hope till this point it is clear to everyone. So we need to identify which interviewer has awarded a token to which of the candidate. So A, B, C, D, E and F. Fine. So these are our 6 interviewers and they are going to award some face value tokens. So face value tokens are going to be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So one of them is awarding on tokens of only 2 face value. One of them is awarding of face values 3, and one is 5, 7, 11 and 13. And these 5 candidates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are PQRST, right? Now which one is which person, that we still do not know, that we need to see from the facts given. Fine. So this is a simple table we could have easily formulated, and from here we have easily got to know that this person has received 4 tokens 4 tokens, 3, 2 and 3. So maximum number of tokens has been received is 4, and that is by these 2 candidates. Now which are they? Let's see from the facts. Till this point it is fine. Is it clear to everyone? I hope this is not very difficult. Okay, so I'm moving on the last screen. Here it says, first point, Fatima, that is F, awarded tokens to everyone except Kahira. तो एक Q को छोड़ के F ने सबको टोकन दिया है. Can you identify? See, the person F, this interviewer F, has not awarded a token to Q. बाकी सबको इसने टोकन दिया है. That means F ने इन 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 में से एक को छोड़ के 4 लोगों को टोकन दिया है. So which face value can you see among 4 of these numbers? क्या 2 4 लोगों में है क्या? 1, 2, 3, no. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 3 is there, which is there in 4 numbers, 4 candidates, right? Let's check others also. 5, 1, 2, 3, only 3. What about 7? 7 is there only in 2 persons, and 11 is there only 1, 2, 3 persons, and 13 is there in only 1 person. So Fatima has given a token to everyone except Kahira. That means Fatima must have given token to 4 persons, and the only face value which we can see in 4 of the factorizations, that is 3, isn't it? So 3, 3, 3, 3. So this 3 has not been given to this person, so certainly this candidate must be Q, Kahira, isn't it? And this person Fatima has not given any token to Kahira, and to all others she has awarded a token of face value 3. Till this point, is it okay? Is it fine? Yes, so Fatima has awarded a token of face value 3 to everyone except Kahira. So Kahira is the one who has got 77,000 funding. Fine. So let's move back to that first point. There was one more information there. So Fatima awarded tokens to everyone except Kahira, while Adhara, that is A, awarded tokens to no one except Pragya. So A awarded tokens to no one except Pragya. तो अब हमें ऐसा देखना है कि जिसने सिर्फ एक ही पर्सन को टोकन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया है. So 3 was distributed to everyone, that is done. So 2 is distributed to more than one person. 5 is also distributed to more than one person. 7 is also distributed to more than one person. 11 also is 13 only, which has been distributed to only one person, isn't it? So this person must be Pragya. And who has distributed only to Pragya? That is A, Adhara, right? So this is 13. So that is a face value of the token distributed by Adhara, right? So Adhara has awarded to only Pragya and no one else. So I can keep them blank. Is it fine? Fine. So A13. Clear? Good. So let's move back. So far we have filled all these things. ठीक है, वापस चलते हैं. Next point. So first point is completely filled. We are on the second point now. So Rashida received the highest number of tokens that anyone received. See, we had already seen that maximum number of tokens received by any person is 4. And there were 2 candidates who received 4 tokens. And here it says that Rashida received the highest number of tokens that anyone received. That means Rashida is one of the persons who got 4 tokens. So कौन है? Let's check. So 4 tokens, 1, 2, 3, 4. This was one person. This is already Pragya. We have identified that. So this is another person, 1, 2, 3, 4 with 4 tokens. So this must be Rashida. So R. Fine. So because others have received 3 or 2 or 3 tokens. So this person must be certainly Rashida, who has got highest number of tokens. Fine. So what else is being said? Let's check. So Rashida received the highest number of tokens that anyone received, but she did not receive one from Esther. तो उसको E से कोई टोकन नहीं मिला है. फाइन, उसको E से कोई टोकन नहीं मिला है. तो रशीदा को E से कोई टोकन नहीं मिला है. So उसके जो 4 tokens हैं, they have been received from B, C, D and F. तो F का तो हो ही चुका, तो other are 2, 5, 7. तो इन तीनों में 2, 5, 7 ही आने वाला है. फाइन. सो क्या हम इससे E का फेस वैल्यू बता सकते हैं? सर्टेनली, क्योंकि यहां पर 257, दिस इज 3, दिस इज 13, तो ई का फेस वैल्यू सर्टेनली 11, राइट? दिस इज 13, दिस इज 3, सो यहां पे 257 आने वाला है, तो एस्थर का ई का फेस वैल्यू जो है टोकन का, दैट इज सर्टेनली 11, क्योंकि इसको तो नहीं मिला है। ओके, एंड फ्रॉम हियर वी कैन सर्टेनली फिल फॉर दीज पर्संस, सो इनको तो तीनों को मिला है 11, ये भी 11 एंड ये भी 11, और यहां भी नहीं मिला है, ठीक है ना? Okay, so till this point we have filled, and let's move back to the one more point now. Now this is the final point. This second point हम fill कर चुके हैं. We are on the third point now. Now B3, that is B, awarded a token to Smera but not to Kahira. So B ने S को तो टोकन दिया है but Q को नहीं दिया है. First let's fill this till this point. B awarded a token to S but not to Q. So B ने S को टोकन दिया है, B ने S को टोकन दिया है बट Q को नहीं दिया है. सी तो B ने Q को टोकन नहीं दिया है. Q ऑलरेडी वी नो दिस पर्सन इज Q, सो Q को टोकन नहीं दिया है, दैट मींस दिस कैन नॉट बी 7 नाउ, राइट? हमें ये तीनों जो चाहिए थे, दे वर 257, सो दिस इज नॉट 7, दिस इज नॉट 7 फॉर श्योर, बिकॉज B हैज नॉट अवॉर्डेड अ टोकन टू Q. B has not awarded a token to Q, so this cannot be 7, right? तो 7 इन दोनों में से ही कोई आने वाला है, right? तो इन दोनों में से एक 7 आएगा, right? 11 is already there, and it was given in this point that B has awarded a token to S. तो ये 7 तो नहीं है, this is going to be 2 और 3. तो इन दोनों में से कोई एक S है, अब पता नहीं कौन है, और B ने कितना टोकन उसको दिया है, 3 वाला टोकन दिया है या 2 वाला टोकन दिया, दैट वी आर नॉट श्योर. लेट्स लीव इट, लेट्स प्रोसीड बैक. सो व्हाइल धनवी अवॉर्डेड टोकन टू काहिरा बट नॉट स्मेरा, धनवी अवॉर्डेड ए टोकन टू काहिरा, सो डी ने Q को टोकन दिया है, सो Q को तो एक 7 वाला टोकन ही रिसीव करना था ना, तो धनवी ने सर्टेनली 7 वाला टोकन दिया है. सो धनवी, दैट इज D, हैज अवॉर्डेड ए टोकन टू Q, सो दिस मस्ट बी 7, राइट? सो done. So these two are 2 and 3. This is 7. Now these are 2 and 3. Fine. तो 7 और किस किस को मिला है? 7 यहां पे मिला है, 7 यहां नहीं मिला है, यहां भी नहीं है, एंड यहां भी नहीं है. फाइन. तो अब यहां पर ये 2 and 5 are remaining. Now these 2 and 5 are remaining. तो इसमें तो 2 और 5 दोनों ही आने वाले हैं, राइट? इसमें भी 2 और 5 दोनों ही आने वाले हैं. इसमें 5 आएगा, इसमें 2 आएगा, राइट? इनमें से एक में 5 आएगा, एक में 2 आएगा. इज इट क्लियर सो फार, राइट? तो इन दोनों को तो मिलना ही मिलना है टोकन, यहां भी टोकन मिलने वाला है, यहां भी, और इन दोनों में भी, बिकॉज दे आर 2 and 5. सो बट अब इनमें से एक को टोकन मिलने वाला है 5 वाला, और इनमें से एक को 2 वाला, राइट? तो इनमें से जो भी 5 वाला होगा 2 वाला होगा, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली ये जो PQR के बाद दीज आर रिमेनिंग S and T. सो दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट प्रोवाइडेड. सो लेट्स रीचेक. So B3 awarded token to S. So B ने S को टोकन दिया है, तो B ने S को टोकन दिया है, S इनमें कौन है मालूम नहीं, we are not sure. तो इन दोनों में से एक S है, तो B has awarded a token to S. अगर ये S है तो this must be 5, और अगर ये S है तो B का टोकन should be 2, isn't it? ठीक है. So I think we are done. And last point was that only, that Dhanvi awarded token to Q but not to S. So Dhanvi ने D ने काहिरा को तो टोकन दिया था, S को टोकन नहीं दिया है. हाँ, तो धनवी के तो हम सारे ऑलरेडी फिल कर ही चुके हैं. फाइन. सो आई थिंक वी आर डन नाउ. सो लेट्स चेक आउट द क्वेश्चंस. लेट्स चेक आउट द क्वेश्चंस. तो अब हमें ये मालूम है कि इन दोनों में से एक में टोकन आएगा, इन दोनों में से एक में टोकन आएगा. फाइन, ठीक है, और दोनों में डिफरेंट आएगा. अगर यहां पे आया तो इधर हो जाएगा, और अगर यहां पे आया तो इसमें इधर हो जाएगा. ठीक है ना? लेट्स सी द क्वेश्चंस नाउ. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज, हाउ मेनी टोकन्स डिड काहिरा रिसीव? कैन वी आइडेंटिफाई एग्जैक्टली काहिरा को, Q को कितने टोकन्स मिले हैं? नाउ यू आर टू टेल मी. Q को कितने टोकन्स मिले हैं? कैन यू टेल मी हाउ मेनी टोकन्स? Certainly 2 tokens, 7, 11, and that we identified just by seeing the factorization only, isn't it? अभी इसको किससे tokens मिले? That also we have identified that D and E has given a token to Kahira, isn't it? So certainly Q को tokens मिले हैं 2. Is it fine? Okay. So answer to the first question is 2. Answer here is 2. Clear? And this question we could have done very fast just by seeing the factorization. Okay, let's move further. Second question. Who among the following definitely received a token from B but not D? किसको B से टोकन मिला है but D से नहीं मिला है? Let's check out. First check the table. तो D से टोकन नहीं मिलना चाहिए. तो D से टोकन ना मिला हो ऐसे 3 ही तो लोग हैं ना. D से टोकन ना मिला हो ऐसे 3 ही लोग हैं. कौन कौन? P and this is going to be SOT and this is going to be SOT. तो P, S and T basically, right? तो P, S and T, they are the 3 persons जिनको D से टोकन नहीं मिला है. Let's check the options. So who among the following definitely received a token from B but not from D? So right now I'm just checking not from D. तो not from D वाले 3 लोग हैं P, S and T. Among the options Q, T, P, R. Who among the following definitely received a token from B but not from D? So not from D वाले P, S और T हैं. एक मिनट, let's go back there. हमें चाहिए कि B से टोकन मिला हो. अच्छा, B से भी P को तो मिला ही है ना. P से P को B से टोकन मिला ही है, D से नहीं मिला है. तो P certainly satisfies, isn't it? P certainly satisfies. We are not sure about S and T. इन दोनों में से एक को टोकन मिलने वाला है. But who is going to get token from B? We are not sure about SOT. But P certainly has received a token from B and not a token from D, isn't it? So what should be the answer here? What should be the answer? Certainly it should be C, Pragya. Yes or no? Yes, exactly, Archie. This is set from CAT 2022. And that's why we are presenting it to show you how easy it is. It is not difficult at all. These are very simple things. No high calculations, very basic logics, very basic factorization based question, isn't it? So certainly the answer must be C, because we are one of S&T is also going to get a token from B, but who of SOT will get a token from B is not sure. But Pragya is certainly receiving a token from B and not from D. Fine. So answer here is Pragya. Let's move to next question 3. How many tokens did Chaya receive? Award, not receive. How many tokens did Chaya award? तो C ने कितने tokens दिए हैं? Let's check out. So C has given away how many tokens? तो 1, 2, and out of these 1 more token is to be given, right? अब इसको token देगी या इसको देगी, इनमें से किसी एक को मिलने वाला है. So 1, 2 and 3, isn't it? So how many tokens total have been given away by Chaya? What should be the answer? Yes, it would be 3, exactly, Tulsi. So that's correct. So 3 is the right answer here. How many tokens did Chaya award? This is certainly 3. Fine. And let's move to the fourth question now. It says, how many tokens did Smera receive? Smera is S. तो S को total कितने tokens मिले हैं? Let's check our table again. So S is going to be one of these, right? या तो ये S है या ये S है. But whatever be the case, यहाँ भी 3 factors हैं, यहाँ भी 3 factors हैं. So certainly S is going to receive exactly 3 tokens, isn't it? So S is certainly going to receive 3 tokens. इन दोनों में से कोई भी S हो, that doesn't matter. Fine. So we can certainly answer this question. How many tokens did Smera receive? It is certainly 3. Fine. Is it clear? Exactly. Okay, so we are on the last question now. It says, which of the following could be the amount of funding that Tantra received? तो T को कितना funding मिल सकता है? See, remember SOT के बारे में still we are not sure कि which is S, which is T, but question is asking about कि T को total कितना funding मिल सकता है? So T is going to be this person or this person, right? So अगर T ये हुआ तो 1,65,000 would be the funding, isn't it? और अगर T ये हुआ, so T would be getting a funding of 66,000, isn't it? So amount of funding received by T could be 66,000 or it could be 1,65,000. It could be any one of them. We are not sure about that, isn't it? So let's check the options. So which of the following could be the amount of funding that Tantra received? 66,000, yes, it could be. 1,65,000, yes, it could be. So first option says neither A nor B, it can't be. Only A, we are not sure. Both A and B, yes. Only B, certainly not. So option C should be the answer here. Fine. Now you can easily check your answers at how many correct answers have you got. Please write in the comment box how many correct answers have you got on your own. Before discussion, आपने खुद से कितने सही आंसर find out किए? All the 5 answers you can see on the board now. All 5, excellent, Tulsi, good, wonderful. And as I have already told you, this is a question from previous year CAT 2022. Vaishali got 3 correct. Oh, true total will get only 1. Nitika got all correct, excellent. Harsh Khatri all correct, excellent. Shivam got 3 correct, fine. See, the important point is that we should not get even a single wrong answer. If you are not sure about anything, leave that question. Don't fluke. Don't guess randomly. So as I said in this question, this statement was very important here. Each interviewer awards token of a single face value. Of course, a person is going to award single token, right? Every interviewer is going to award a single token to a candidate. It's not going to award more than 1 token. But it says single face value only. That means it is awarding same face value to everyone. Otherwise, this sentence had no meaning. Fine. And if you understood this sentence, then other things were very easy. It was not difficult. It is actual, Diya. It is actual question from CAT 22. Just 2 years ago, you can see. Now tell me, what do you think? Is it difficult set or easy set? Do you consider this set as easy or difficult? Harsh, I gave you enough time. Yes, it is easy, exactly. If you understood the statement, then it is easy. And if you are confused about the information given, it may not be that easy. And let me tell the actual facts. So in actual CAT exam in 2022, less than 50% were able to attempt it. And out of that, again, further 50%, that means total, may say around 20-25% students were able to get all answer correct here. So that's what is happening there. Yes, it is easy to moderate, you can say, exactly. Yes, Hiranmai, I'm showing the table. See, here it is. So how did we proceed? Let me just recap fast. So we just did the factorization of all these numbers, and according to the given facts, we were able to fill up this table, that we were able to identify the face value of the tokens awarded by each of the interviewers except B and C. So for B and C, we know that it is 2 and 5, but which one is awarding a token of face value 2 and which one is awarding a token of face value 5, that is not sure. But for others, we were able to identify that also. And same way, these 2 persons are going to be S and T, and now which one is S, which is T, that was not sure, and based on that we answered all the questions. Okay. Yes, it was easy. Yes, approach need to be clear, exactly, Nitika. Yes, words can be confusing. See, the purpose of solving previous year's questions is that only that we should become familiar with the language used by the examiner. कि किस तरीके के sentences, किस तरीके से sentences को present किया जा रहा है, in what format the language is written there, right? So we need to become familiar with that. और जितना ज़्यादा आप language से familiar हो जाओगे, and उतना आसान होगा आपको questions को समझना and then answer करना, isn't it? without solving, without practicing the questions, and specifically the actual CAT questions, the previous year's questions, you can't become familiar. So it is very much important that you solve the previous year questions. So this was a set from CAT 2022 slot 1, and now we are going to solve further sets from CAT 2022 only, and some another slot now. Ready for the next set now? Are you ready for the next set? Okay. I hope Harsh इस बार आप बहाना नहीं करोगे कि I was late. So here is the next set for all of you on your screen. So ये तो वही है. All these questions we have already solved. Now here is the next set. On this first screen you are seeing the information given in the question. You can take a screenshot. On the next page, on the next slide, I'm going to show you the questions. Hiranmai, this was set from CAT 2022. Yes, 23 also had similar sets only. Are you able to see this diagram here? Is it visible properly? Or if you want me to lower the brightness, I may try that. Is the diagram in the center visible properly? Please confirm. Not clear? Okay, so let me try to lower the brightness. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Good. Good. So this is the information on this screen, and the questions are on the next screen. So let me take some extra time. So it is 5:55, and I'm giving you again 10 minutes. 10 minutes should be sufficient. Or let me give you extra 5 minutes. So at 6:10, we are going to start our discussion. Fine? I have already given you 5 extra minutes. Otherwise, 10 minutes is sufficient for this set. So you can take a screenshot. And on the next slide, I am going to show you the questions. Parentheses mean brackets, Archie. You can see the brackets here, na? 40%, 60%, 30%, 70%. Parentheses means brackets. See, in actual CAT also you are going to see the questions on screen. So it's better to practice on screen. Once you are done with this information, you can comment so that I will show the screen which contains the questions. Okay, our time is up, and I can see answer by Harsh Khatri, Neetika Ganguly, and Archie Omar. Okay, let's first check the answers only. So I'm marking the answers here. For this first question, answer is 35. Yes, Harsh, Nitika got it correctly. For the next one, answer is 38. For the third question, answer is option C, 7.56%. Next question, it is 18. And the final one, it is option A, 210. I guess Neetika had done all correctly, right? Good work, Neetika. Harsh का कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ है. Yes, Abhinav, we can certainly take a U-turn, but we don't want to repeat any of that depots. We can go to the warehouse again, but we are not supposed to repeat those 4 locations. Okay, options में confused. Okay, let's discuss now. Let's discuss this question now. So first, let's try to understand what is the given information. First, let's try to understand what is the given information. What does it mean? ये जो ग्राफ बनाया है, टेबल सब यहाँ पे चार्ट बनाया है, इसका क्या मतलब है? And जो भी चीजें दी हैं उनसे क्या समझ सकते हैं? First, let's try to understand that, and then we shall see the questions. Fine? Okay. So I'm reading from the beginning. It says, every day a widget supplier supplies widgets from the warehouse W. So this warehouse is the starting point. तो यहाँ से जो है कुछ widgets को हमें सप्लाई करना है डिफरेंट लोकेशंस पे, टू 4 लोकेशंस, अहमदनगर, बिक्रमपुर, चित्रचक एंड डेक्कन पार्क. तो बेसिकली ABCD. आई थिंक मैं थोड़ा सा, इट्स ओके, चलेगा ना? To see this diagram properly, we had lowered the brightness. So I think it will work, no problem. A percentage one samajh nahi aaya, Ananta says. Okay, no problem. Let's see that. So ABCD are the 4 locations, and starting point is W, which is a warehouse. Now it says that daily demand for widgets in each location is uncertain. तो कितना डिमांड है, कितना रिक्वायरमेंट है वहां पे विजेट्स का, दैट इज नॉट सर्टेन, इट इज अनसर्टेन एंड इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ईच अदर. तो अलग अलग लोकेशंस पे कितना कितना डिमांड है, उसका आपस में कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं है. फाइन, आपस में कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं है. सो डिमांड्स एंड कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी वैल्यूज, डिमांड्स एंड कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी वैल्यूज इन पैरेंथेसिस, दैट इज इन ब्रैकेट्स. So that is mentioned, that are given against each location A, B, C, D in the figure below. Let's read that. और यहाँ पे example भी दिया है. For example, there is a 40% chance that demand in Ahmednagar will be 50 units. तो अहमदनगर दैट इज ए, तो ए में 50 यूनिट्स का विजिट्स का रिक्वायरमेंट है, उसका क्या चांस है 40% एंड 60% चांस है कि 70 विजिट्स वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड हियर. फाइन, तो या तो यहाँ पे 50 विजिट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी या 70, और उनका परसेंटेज चांस दिया है, प्रोबेबिलिटी दिया है इन टर्म इन अ वे. फाइन, and 60% chance that demand will be 70. So the lines in the figure connecting the locations and warehouses represent the two-way roads connecting those places with the distance in kilometers shown beside the line. तो ये distance भी दिया है साथ साथ. That is warehouse से A तक जाने का distance 5 किलोमीटर, A से B तक जाने का distance 6 किलोमीटर, warehouse और B के बीच का distance 10, and this is 4, 12, 6, 2, 8 and so on. Fine. So these distances are also mentioned and that is example given. Anyway, let's read the information below this diagram now. It says every day the supplier gets the information about the demand values of the 4 locations and creates the travel route. Now that is the important part, and you would have seen by now that all the questions are based on this travel route only. In what order, in which order this person, this supplier is going to travel the 4 locations. ठीक है ना. Certainly start तो इसी warehouse से ही करना है, उसके बाद किस order में चारों locations पे जाना है. So as someone was asking, so while moving from one location to another, so the person can go directly or the person may go through the warehouse, but none of the location needs to be repeated. Fine, none of the location needs to be repeated. Let's read it here. So daily the person gets the demand value of the 4 locations and creates a travel route that starts from the warehouse and ends at a location after visiting all the locations exactly once. So this is the point here. All the locations are to be visited exactly once. So none of the location needs to be repeated. Fine, none of the location needs to be repeated. Okay, let's proceed further now. So while making the route plan, the supplier goes to the locations in decreasing order of demand. यानी कि सबसे पहले वहां जाएगा जहां पर सबसे ज्यादा डिमांड है, isn't it? So according to the demand, he is going to schedule his travel plan, travel route, right? So in decreasing order of demand. So if there is a tie for the choice of the next location, so the supplier will go to the location closest to the current location. यानी कि अगर अब मुझे जहां पे जाना है वो 2 लोकेशंस के पास सेम डिमांड है, so in that case it is a tie, right? So अगर डिमांड का टाई है, डिमांड इक्वल है, in that case whatever location is closer, that the person will choose first, right? So that is being mentioned here. Also, while creating the route, the supplier can either follow the direct path if available from one location to another, or can take the path via warehouse. As I said in earlier also, कि अगर मुझे A से C तक जाना है, right? A से C तक जाना है, then there is only one way कि A to warehouse and then to C. और अगर मुझे A से D तक जाना है, in that case there are 2 options. I can use the direct path or I can go through warehouse, isn't it? अब इन दोनों में कौन सा प्रेफर किया जाएगा? That is being mentioned here. So if both paths are available, that is direct and via warehouse, so the supplier will choose the path with minimum distance. So that's a good example here. If I need to go from A to D, so direct path will take 8 kilometers and via warehouse it will take 5 plus 2 7 kilometers. So certainly 7 kilometer path length should be preferred, isn't it? So I hope all the points are very clear. Any doubt so far? Is it okay? So we are in a position to move to the questions now, right? ठीक है, so let's start now. So I'm moving to the first question. So here's the first question. It says, if the last location visited is Ahmednagar, that is A, then what is the total distance covered? So last location is Ahmednagar. Let's go back here. So last location is Ahmednagar. So Ahmednagar का demand सबसे कम होना चाहिए था, isn't it? अहमदनगर का डिमांड सबसे कम होना चाहिए था इफ दिस इज द लास्ट लोकेशन। तो हियर डिमांड कुड बी ईदर 50 और 70। सो अहमदनगर का डिमांड इज गोइंग टू बी 50 और 70। अच्छा, अगर ये डिमांड 70 होता तो फिर सबसे लास्ट कैसे हो सकता है? बिकॉज डी, दिस डी में तो डिमांड 30 या 50 है, इट इज सर्टेनली गोइंग टू बी लेस देन 70। सर्टेनली अहमदनगर में डिमांड 70 नहीं है, इट मस्ट बी 50, isn't it? तो अहमदनगर का डिमांड मस्ट बी 50, दैट इज फॉर श्योर। ओके, सो अगर अहमदनगर का डिमांड 50 है तो इस डी का डिमांड कितना होगा? तो इस डी का डिमांड कांट बी 30 बिकॉज ए इज द लास्ट लोकेशन, तो डी का डिमांड भी 50 ही होना चाहिए, isn't it? सो डी का डिमांड भी 50 ही होना चाहिए। And D we are preferring, we are going earlier than A, so because A is the last location। और उससे अगर पहले चलते हैं तो B का डिमांड कितना होना चाहिए? इट कांट बी 40 बिकॉज अगर ये 40 होता तो फिर ये A के बाद वहां पे जा रहे होते, तो सर्टेनली डिमांड एट B मस्ट बी 60, सो डिमांड एट B मस्ट बी 60। तो ये D से भी पहले हम जाएंगे। और C का डिमांड वेदर इट इज 100 और 70 व्हाटएवर बी द केस, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी आवर फर्स्ट लोकेशन। तो C की डिमांड 100 हो या 70 हो, कुछ भी हो, तो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी आवर फर्स्ट लोकेशन। सो दिस इज द ऑर्डर वी आर टू फॉलो। सो फर्स्ट वी आर टू गो टू लोकेशन C, then B, then D, then A। Is it fine so far? ठीक है ना? So now a question is asking what is the distance to be traveled? Let's see the question again. So question was, if the last location visited is Ahmednagar, then what is the total distance covered in the route in kilometers? So to distance, how to calculate? We need to go according to the given information. So we are starting from W. First I need to go to C. तो सबसे पहले C पे जाना है। बताइए W से C जाने में कितना distance travel करना पड़ा? It is 12, isn't it? After C my target is B. C के बाद B जाना है, तो I would prefer direct, right? We would prefer direct because we need to take the shortest path. I won't prefer to go from C to B via warehouse because that will take more distance, isn't it? So C to B direct जाएंगे, it will take 4 kilometers. So C to B will go direct, so plus 4 kilometers. Fine. Now after B I need to go to D. तो B के बाद D पे जाना है, तो D पे जाने के लिए I can't go through C. I need to go through the warehouse only, isn't it? तो B से W के थ्रू होते हुए we will reach D. So W तक जाने का डिस्टेंस था 10 and W से D तक जाने का डिस्टेंस है 2. Fine. So this is the distance so far. And finally from D to A we need to go, and D से A जाने के लिए हम डायरेक्ट भी जा सकते हैं और वेयर हाउस के थ्रू भी जा सकते हैं। And as we discussed earlier, we need to use the shortest distance. तो shortest distance would be via warehouse. So D to W and then W to A. So D to W it will take 2 kilometers more, and from W to A it will take 5 kilometers. So this is the total distance to be traveled. We just need to add these values. So 12 plus 4 16, 16 plus 10 is 26, 26 plus 4, 26 plus 4 is 30, 30 plus 5 it is 35. So 35 kilometer is our answer to the first question. Fine. And that we have already figured out here. So this is the answer. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Should we move to next question now? Yes, good. Okay, let's move to second question now. So second question is exactly similar. It says if total number of widgets delivered in the day is 250, then what is the total distance covered in kilometer? तो total widgets 250 distribute अगर किए हैं तो distance कितना travel किया? So let me clear all this part from here. Now total distance to be traveled, total widgets to be delivered is 250. अब सी ए पे कितना डिलीवर होना है? ए का अगर हम टोटल कैपेसिटी देखें, सो ए पे इट इज गोइंग टू बी 70 और 50, राइट? बी पे So B का total is 60 or 40. C has a demand of 100 or 70. And D has a demand of 50 or 30. Right? So now we need to see what combination will give us total demand of 250, because in the second question it is mentioned that number of widgets delivered in a day is 250. So we need to see that which combination of these units will give 250 total, right? So how to find that? It may take time. So how to do it faster? See, it's very easy thing. You can see that there is a decrease of 20, 20, 30 and 20, right? There's a decrement of 20, 20, 30 and 20. So let's first calculate the larger values. Just add the larger values. So 70 plus 60 makes it 130. 130 plus 100, that is 230. 230 and 50, that makes it 280. Isn't it? यहाँ तक बात समझ में आई है? Let me repeat. I have just added the larger values. So 70 plus 60 is 130. 130 plus 100 is 230. 230 plus 50 makes it 280. So 280. But मुझे तो 250 चाहिए था ना. So how much I need to subtract now? 30. Right? Our target is to get the total units as 250. So 30 needs to be subtracted. And this subtraction or this decrement can happen in any one or more than one places, isn't it? So, but here it is decrement of 20, this is 20, this is 30 and this is 20. So 30 का decrease कैसे हो सकता है? Only one choice possible, that at C it must be 70. So we got the exact demands at each of the locations. It must be 70, 60, 70 and 50. Is it not? I hope it is very clear. So certainly 250 बनाने के लिए, that is the only exact demands for each of the four locations, 70, 60, 70 and 50. Now, what should be the order of the travel plan? तो किस order में route होना चाहिए? So that is in the decreasing order of the demands. So highest demand कहाँ पे है? A, which is 70, and at C also it is 70. So the starting from warehouse, the supplier may first go to A than to C, or first go to C than to A. These are two options possible. Let's write both of them. तो पहले A, उसके बाद C, तो उसके बाद B and then D. That can be one of the options possible. Or first go to C, then A, then B and then D. Right? So these are the two situations possible. Is it clear so far? Fine. Okay, now let's proceed further. So question is about the distance to be traveled. Question is asking about the distance to be traveled. So let's see what happens now. So if I follow this first plan, A, C, B, D. So from warehouse, I need to go to A. Directly we will travel 5 kilometers. So 5. So after reaching A, I need to reach C. So C जाने के लिए I need to go through the warehouse only. That will take 5 plus 12, that is 17 kilometers. Fine. Then from C to B, of course, this direct path is only 4 kilometer. Warehouse से जाना तो lengthy होगा, so it will take 4 more kilometers. And from B, I need to go to D. तो B से D जाने के लिए I need to go through warehouse only. So 10 plus 2, it is going to take 12 more kilometers. So just add all these values. So 5 plus 7, 5 plus 17 is 22. 22 plus 4 is 26. 26 plus 12 is 38. Isn't it? Please add it again. 5 plus 7, 22. 22 plus 4, 26. 26 and 12 is 38. So 38 kilometer is the possible in this scenario. Let's check out the other case also, whether it is feasible or not. So C, A, B, D. So first I go to C. It will take 12 kilometer. Then I need to go to A. So to go to A, I need to go through this path only. So 12 plus 5, it will take 17 more kilometers. Then after going to A, I need to go to B. So from A to B, direct path takes only 6 kilometers. Via warehouse, it will take more. So we'll prefer the direct path. It will take 6. And then from B, I need to go to D. It will take 10 plus 2, 12 more kilometers. Fine. See, what was the question? This distance is going to be certainly more. But question was asking, what is the total distance covered in the route in kilometers? So now, if I am first going to see than two other places, it's certainly going to take more time, isn't it? So more distance. So 12 plus 17 is 29. 29 plus 6 is 35. 35 plus 12 is 47. Right? So we should prefer the smaller distance. So 38 kilometer will be the shorter distance. So that would be preferred here. Is it fine? So ACBD would be the preferred path. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. Second question we have done. So if the total number of widgets delivered is 250, what is the total distance covered in kilometers? That is 38. Okay, so that's done. Now third question. Now this is about percentage. Someone was saying that percentage question was not done. Let's do it now. It says, what is the chance that the total number of widgets delivered in a day is 260 this time, and the route ends at B. The route ends at B. ठीक है, तो हमें टोटल 260 यूनिट्स डिलीवर करने हैं एंड द लास्ट लोकेशन शुड बी बी. Priyasha is asking, why not 5 plus 10 plus 4 plus 12? You are asking about the last question. 5 plus 10 plus 4 plus 12. 10 कहां से आया? In this one you are saying A के बाद C पे जाना था ना? Priyasha, in this question from A we need to go to C. तो A के बाद C पे जाना है तो why 10? It will be, हाँ, we can't go through B ना? We can't go through B. It mentioned there. We read that earlier. That it was here na, this one, that ends at the location after visiting all the locations exactly once. See Priyasha, that is the answer to your question. I already mentioned that before solving the questions, that each location must be visited exactly once, and that has been clearly mentioned here, that each location must be visited exactly once. So we have only two options to go to a location from another location. Either use the direct path or go through the via warehouse. Either go direct or via warehouse. We can't go via any other location. Is it okay? Priyasha, is it fine? Good. So now we are on the third question where it says we need to have सप्लाई ऑफ 260 यूनिट्स. तो यहां पे मुझे 280 माइनस 20 करना होगा, राइट? तो अगर मुझे 280 माइनस 20 करना है टू मेक इट 260, सो 20 के लिए तो वी हैव 3 ऑप्शंस. तो या तो यहां पे 20 कम कर लिया जाए, या यहां पर 20 कम कर लिया जाए, और या फिर यहां पर 20 कम कर लिया जाए. तो यहां पर तो 100 लेना पड़ेगा. तो दिस टाइम दिस इज 100 फॉर श्योर. दिस सी इज 100 फॉर श्योर, क्योंकि मुझे 30 का डिक्रीज नहीं करना है, 20 का डिक्रीज करना है. एंड ऑल्सो वन कंडीशन वाज दैट कि बी मस्ट बी द लास्ट लोकेशन, राइट? बी मस्ट बी द लास्ट लोकेशन. अगर मैं डी में 20 कम करूंगा तो 30 वुड बिकम द लास्ट लोकेशन. दिस डी वुड बी द लास्ट लोकेशन. तो ऐसा नहीं करना है. तो यहां पर तो 50 रहने देते हैं, ठीक है? यहां पर 100 है. Because now I want this to be the last location. तो यहां पे अगर 60 होगा तो ये लास्ट लोकेशन नहीं हो पाएगी. तो it must be 40 here, right? तो this also needs to be 70. तो सारी पोजीशन फिक्स हो गई है. So highest demand is at C. Highest demand is at C. And उसके बाद second highest demand is at A, which is 70. And after that third highest demand is at D, which is 50. And उसके बाद finally last B. So this is the order in which we need to make our route plan, isn't it? And the question was about the chance now. Question was about chance. ठीक है ना? So chance is according to these units, these requirements only. So let's use that. तो मैं स्क्रीन को इधर से साफ कर लेता हूं. Now this question is about probabilistic thinking. See, here we have got to know that कि हमें कितना डिमांड्स चाहिए हर लोकेशन पे, isn't it? Yes, CADB is confirmed. That's confirmed, Vaishali. That's confirmed. So, but now question is that कि ऐसा ही हो उसका कितना परसेंट चांस है. We know that this order will be followed कि अगर C पे डिमांड 100 ही हो, A की डिमांड 70 ही हो, D की डिमांड 50 ही हो एंड B की डिमांड 40 हो, राइट? सो ऐसा कब होगा? तो इनके लिए रिस्पेक्टिव यहाँ पे परसेंटेजेस भी मेंशन थे, राइट? दैट चांस वाज आल्सो मेंशन्ड. तो C का 100 की डिमांड हो, क्या चांस है? What percent chance is there? 70%, right? 70% chance. And that means multiplied with what? कि A का डिमांड कितना हो? 70. So A का डिमांड 70 हो, क्या चांस है? It is 60%. So that will be multiplied with 60%. Same way, the next case कि D का डिमांड कितना चाहिए? 50. तो D का डिमांड 50 होने का क्या चांस था? 60%. So another 60% needs to be multiplied. And finally, the demand at B, it must be 40. So B का डिमांड 40 होने का क्या चांस था? 30%. So that also needs to be multiplied. So this will give us our final answer. So I can simplify it like this. It is 7 by 10, 6 by 10, 6 by 10, and 3 by 10. Fine. So if I multiply this fraction with 100, I will get my answer in percentage terms. ठीक है? So 100 से multiply साथ साथ कर ही देते हैं. So this 2 zeros are cancelled. Now this will give us final answer. So 7 6 are 42. 42 into 6 is how much? 42 into 18 कर लेते हैं ना सीधा इधर. 42 into 18 divided by 100. That is our final answer. So 18 2s are 36, का 6 3 carry, 18 4s are 72 and 3 is 75. So 756 by 100, which is 7.56%. So this is the answer here. Okay. That's a good question. Vishal is asking, why are we multiplying the percentages? So understand that this is a sort of your PNC, permutation, combination, and probability. So what is the chance that the demand at C is 100? It is 70%. ठीक है ना? And simultaneously, I want the demand at A must be also 70. What is the chance for that? That was 60%. So what is the chance that both things happens? I need to multiply them, isn't it? So in my permutation combination, you have studied fundamental principle of counting. So when there are more than one task, both the tasks are to be done. If both the tasks are to be done, task 1 and task 2 both are to be done. Task 1 and task 2 both are to be done. So and means multiplication. You need to multiply their respective chances. You need to multiply their respective number of ways, isn't it? So same way here. Here all the 4 tasks are to be done. All the 4 locations are to be done. We are not to add them. Yes, Vishal. Yes, Ananta, we are not to add them. We are to multiply them because all the 4 tasks are to be done. And in that order only. So here what is the condition? Condition is that कि C पे जो demand है, it must be 100 only with a chance of 70%. And demand at A must be for 70 units with a chance of 60%. And after that, D पे demand must be 50 with a chance of 60%. And same way then demand at B must be 40 with a chance of 30%. So all these things are to be done. So that's why it needs to be multiplied. Archie says, सर एक डाउट था 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 60 लेकर भी तो कर सकते हैं. C पर प्रोबेबिलिटी 70% हो, A की 40, D की 60 and B 70. Yes, probabilities are there only. Probabilities तो वही है ही हैं. What you want to say? I didn't understand. 100 plus 50 plus. एक मिनट, क्या कहा आपने? 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 60. What is that? You are talking about the units? See, units were fixed because हमें पता था कि हमें B को लास्ट में लेना है. That's how we fixed up this order. So accordingly, the units are fixed. कि C पे 100 ही चाहिए, A पे 70 चाहिए, not 50, and then D पे 50 चाहिए, and then B पे 40 ही चाहिए. तो units are fixed now. Units are fixed. नाउ अब जितने यूनिट्स फिक्स हो गए हैं उन यूनिट्स की जो रिस्पेक्टिव प्रोबेबिलिटीज हैं, दैट इज परसेंटेज चांसेस हैं, दैट नीड्स टू बी मल्टीप्लाइड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन। ठीक है, हाँ बेटा आरची सम तो 260 बना लोगी, सम 260 बनाने के तो 3 तरीके थे ना, दैट वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड। टोटल 280 में से 20 लेस करना था, 20 लेस में डी में डिक्रीज करके भी कर सकता था, बी में डिक्रीज करके भी और ए में डिक्रीज करके भी, बट here our requirement was that B must have been the last location. Please check the question. Question says that route ends at Bikrampur. This B must have been the last location. So that's how we fixed up this route, isn't it? सिर्फ 260 ही नहीं बनाना था, the last location was also fixed. Is it okay? ये multiplication समझ में आया है? Is it clear? And that same thing is to be used in the next question also now. इसी बात को हमें अगले क्वेश्चन में भी यूज करना है। Okay, let's quickly move to the next question now. So next question is exactly similar. So if the first location visited from the warehouse is Ahmednagar, now this time first location is fixed, it is A. ठीक है? And question is what is the chance that the total distance covered in the route is 40 kilometer. Now see, first location is fixed, तो अब उसका चांस नहीं चाहिए अपने को, क्वेश्चन चांस के बारे में ही है, तो फर्स्ट लोकेशन तो फिक्स हो गया है, तो whenever we are using probability, तो उसमें अगर एक कंडीशन फिक्स हो गई है तो उसके लिए चांस यूज नहीं करना, दैट इज 100% नाउ, उसके बाद वाली चीजों का हमें चांस देखना पड़ेगा। ठीक है ना? एंड देयर इज अनदर कंडीशन दैट टोटल डिस्टेंस मस्ट बी 40 किलोमीटर। So let's check now. The first location visited from warehouse is Ahmednagar, that is A, and total distance भी 40 बनाना है। So let's get back to this diagram. So इस पूरी स्क्रीन को एक बार साफ कर देते हैं। Okay, our first location is Ahmednagar, that's for sure. और हमें total distance 40 किलोमीटर बनाना है। Please keep this thing in mind. And हमें इनकी डिमांड्स का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, राइट? हमें इनकी डिमांड्स का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। सो ए पे डिमांड कितनी हो सकती है? 50 और 70। माइंड दैट ए इज द फर्स्ट लोकेशन वी आर विजिटिंग। सो कैन ए बी 50? सर्टेनली नॉट, बिकॉज अगर ए की डिमांड 50 होती तो सी की डिमांड तो पक्का ए से ज्यादा ही होने वाली है ना। सो व्हाट वुड बी द डिमांड एट ए? कैन यू टेल मी प्लीज? It's going to be 70 for sure. Is it not? Is it clear? That demand at A must be certainly 70. अभिनव नो का क्या मीनिंग यहां पे समझ में आ गया बात या नहीं? Is it clear? Yes, it must be 70. That's true, Vaishali. Good. Yes, it must be 70 because A is the first location we are visiting and the location का order जो है it must follow all the given conditions. So demand at A must be highest of all the 4 locations और C पे जो demand है it must be either 70 or 100. तो A की demand 70 से कम नहीं हो सकती है. So demand at A must be 70 and certainly after A, what should be the next location to be followed? Next location must be certainly C. Right? Next location must be certainly C. And what would be the demand at C then? It will also be 70. Exactly. तो C पे भी 70 ही होगा। अब माइंड दैट हमें टोटल डिस्टेंस को भी ध्यान रखना है। डिस्टेंस मस्ट बी 40 किलोमीटर। तो अभी तक कितना डिस्टेंस हो चुका है? सी, अब इन दोनों की पोजीशंस तो फिक्स ही हैं और इनके जो ये डिमांड्स हैं वे भी फिक्स ही हैं, तो इसलिए यहां का कोई चांस वाली बात नहीं है, इसकी कोई चांस वाली बात नहीं है। चांस वाली जो बात होगी यानी कि जो परसेंटेज को हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा वो इसके बाद वाली वैल्यूज को मल्टीप्लाई हम करेंगे। बट राइट नाउ जस्ट बी फोकस ऑन द डिस्टेंस ऑल्सो। सो ए तक डिस्टेंस चला 5 किलोमीटर, उसके बाद 5 + 12 17 मोर किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस हैज बीन ट्रेवल्ड, तो 10 and 12 टोटल 22 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल हो चुका है। ठीक है, अब हमें 18 किलोमीटर के अंदर ये दोनों को और कवर करना है, बी एंड डी। कैन यू थिंक ऑफ इन व्हाट ऑर्डर दे शुड बी डन? अगर हम पहले बी जाते हैं तो 4 and then 12, so 16 4 and 12 it will be 16, और अगर पहले D जाता हूं तो 6 and 12 18, so 18 will make the task, right? तो पहले D फिर B, exactly, विधि बिल्कुल सही बात है, 18 बाकी है, तो first we should prefer to go to D and then B, and we need to arrange their demands accordingly, isn't it? तो पहले D और फिर B, तो D तक जाने के लिए it would be 6 किलोमीटर, and then B तक जाने के लिए it would be 2 plus 10, 2 plus 10, and that will make total 40 kilometer distance. Fine. Now, as I said earlier, A और C का तो ऑर्डर भी फिक्स था, इनकी डिमांड्स भी अब फिक्स ही हैं, इतना ही लेना पड़ेगा। तो इसके बाद ये इस ऑर्डर में हम जाएं तो इनकी डिमांड्स की जो परसेंटेजेस हैं, दे नीड्स टू बी मल्टीप्लाइड नाउ। तो D पे क्या डिमांड होनी चाहिए? D की डिमांड सर्टेनली B से ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, राइट? एंड D की डिमांड इज 30 और 50, तो पक्का B पे 60 तो नहीं हो सकता, B पे डिमांड मस्ट बी 40 and then D पे डिमांड मस्ट बी 50. So D पे डिमांड 50 हो, उसका क्या चांस है? D पे डिमांड 50 उसका क्या चांस है? It is 60%, right? And B पे डिमांड 40 हो, उसका क्या चांस है? It is 30%. So only these two percentages now need to be multiplied. That will give you the answer as 18%. Is it okay? So this was a good question. Again, it was using a property of this permutation combination of probability only. So in probability, so when a certain condition is already fixed, so that is 100% sure. उसके लिए कोई चांस नहीं है. It's not कि हम A के लिए 70 डिमांड वाला 60% चांस लें. No, क्योंकि A पे तो जा ही रहा है पहले. That is given in the question already. So A पे जा रहा है पहले, तो उसके बाद C पे भी जाना ही पड़ेगा. So these two locations are already fixed. So we just need to see the order of the location of D and B, and accordingly we have multiplied their respective percentages. Fine. So 18% is the right answer here. And let's move to the last question of this set. I hope you can do this one also. It is also similar one. And this time we need to calculate the distance. So total 29 kilometer distance is to be traveled. If A is not the first location, and the total distance is 29, then which of the following is a possible number of widgets delivered on that day? तो total distance हमें दे दिया 29 किलोमीटर, and first location is not A. A is not the first location. तो total number of widgets कितने deliver किए जा सकते हैं? That is the question. Is it fine? So let's check out. देखते हैं how we could have done this. So I'm clearing the screen first. Okay. So A is not the first location and total distance is 29. Now, which one you would prefer? तो पहले कहां चलें? B, C या D? A is not the first location. If A is not the first location, तो B, C या D में से first location कौन हो सकता है? Can D be the first location? Can D be the first location? Certainly not. Can B be the first location? Certainly not. क्योंकि यहां पर 70 और 100 की ही डिमांड है, which is certainly more than the demand at B and D. So C is certainly the first location. There is no doubt about that, right? So C is certainly the first location. अब C की डिमांड 70 हो या 100 हो, whatever it may be, तो first location is certainly C. Now after C, where we need to go? So after C, we can go to either B or D or A also. But mind that total distance to be traveled is 29 kilometers, right? तो 29 किलोमीटर ही जाना है, तो ट्राई करते हैं, चलो ट्राई करते हैं। अगर मैं C के बाद D पे आता हूं, but that can't be the case because यहां पे C की डिमांड 70 या 100 में से कुछ भी हो सकता है, ओके। सी के बाद डी पे आऊं, अगर इफ आई कम टू डी आफ्टर दैट, ओके, विधि इज सेइंग सी बी ए डी इज द ऑर्डर। सो लेट्स फाइंड आउट कि क्या क्या पॉसिबल हो सकता है। सो सी के बाद अगर मैं डी पे आता हूं, व्हाट इज द हार्म देयर? अगर मैं सी के बाद डी पे आता हूं तो द डी की डिमांड कांट बी 30, देन इट हैज टू बी 50। अगर ये 50 होगा तो इसको भी 50 कर लेंगे, वहां 40 बना लेंगे, लेट्स सी। तो इन दैट ऑर्डर इफ आई मूव सी के बाद डी, राइट। सी के बाद डी, तो डी की डिमांड को 50 ले लेंगे, एंड डी के बाद ए की डिमांड को भी 50 ले लेंगे, एंड ए के बाद बी वहां की डिमांड को 40 ले लेंगे। व्हाट विल बी द डिस्टेंस? तो सी से डी, इफ आई एम मूविंग लाइक दिस, सी डी ए बी, ठीक है, आई एम मूविंग अकॉर्डिंग टू डिमांड्स। अभी डिस्टेंस चेक कर रहा हूं, तो 6 के बाद अभी 8 पर जाने के लिए फ्रॉम हेयर, तो 6 + 7 13, एंड 13, अच्छा पहले ये छोड़ दिया ना, तो 12 + 6 18, 18 + 7 25, 25 + 6 is 31, तो दिस इज 31 किलोमीटर। सो दिस इज मोर देन द रिक्वायर्ड, तो ये तो नहीं चलेगा, ये नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है। एंड तो सी डी ए बी वोंट वर्क, तो सी के बाद डी नहीं चल सकता, राइट, सी के बाद डी नहीं चल सकता, तो सी के बाद डी जाने दो। सी के बाद अगर मैं ए लूंगा अगर, तो इट विल टेक टू मच टाइम, बिकॉज 12 + 12 + 5 तो ज्यादा हो जाएगा, तो नेक्स्ट सी के बाद बी ही बचता है, तो सी के बाद बी, एंड बी के बाद तो सी के 12 + 4 16, 16 के बाद अगर मैं पहले यहां पे आता हूं तो 16 + 12 28 तक हो जाएगा, तो बी के बाद ए को ही लेना चाहिए, एंड डी, and that's what Vidhi is saying also. Yes, Abhinav, Nitika also good. So CBAD should work. Let's check out. So 12 + 4 16, 16 + 6 is 22, 22 and 7 is 29. Wonderful. So this will work. This will work. Fine. Okay. Now let's check about their demands. So C की demand, it could be 100 or 70, whatever. Both are possible. अभी उसके बाद बी शुड हैव द सेकंड हाईएस्ट डिमांड, तो इट कांट बी 40 सर्टेनली, क्योंकि फिर ए की डिमांड तो उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो पाएगी, तो बी की डिमांड हैज टू बी 60 सर्टेनली, बी की डिमांड हैज टू बी 60, इजंट इट? अब आफ्टर बी आई नीड टू गो टू ए, तो ए की डिमांड 60 से तो कम ही लेनी पड़ेगी, तो इट हैज टू बी 50। नाउ आफ्टर 50 व्हेन आई मूव टू डी वाया वेयरहाउस, तो डिमांड एट डी कैन बी 50 एज वेल एज 30, दोनों ही चीजें पॉसिबल हैं, it could be 50 or 30, both things are possible. तो ये तो 60 + 50 100 confirm है ही, right? So here we are having options, so accordingly we are going to get 4 possible cases, isn't it? We are going to get 4 possible cases. So let's first check the maximum possible units or demand. So 100 + 60, that is 160, 160 and 100 makes it 260, so 260 is the maximum possible demand at these 4 locations, isn't it? 100 + 60 + 50 + 50. अब उससे कम करूंगा तो यहाँ पे 20 का गैप है, यहाँ पे 30 का गैप है, तो 20 कम कर देता हूं तो 240, या इसको तो 50 रहने देता हूं, यहां पर 30 कम कर देता हूं तो 260 - 30 that is 230, that is also possible value of the total demand. और अगर यहां का 20 भी कम कर दूं, यहां का 30 भी कम कर दूं, दैट इज टोटल 50 कम कर देता हूं 260 में से, दैट वुड बी 210. सो दीज आर द पॉसिबल डिमांड्स एट द 4 लोकेशंस कंबाइंड, इजंट इट? These are the 4 possible demands at the 4 locations combined. So let's check the options. So question said if A is not the first location to be visited and total route distance is 29, then which of the following is a possible number of widgets delivered on that day? So we had seen our options. It was 60 40 30 10, 60 40 30 10. So these are possible. Let's check the options. So 60 40 30 10, 20 no, 50 no, 200 no, 210 yes. So this is the right answer. Is it fine? So we have sold some sets of now CAT 2022. So there are many more sets remaining. So I highly recommend all of you to please solve previous year's CAT questions and practice as much as possible, because there is no formula for LRDI section. LRDI is very important, crisp section, very important section, and there is no separate theory for this. You just need to practice questions, and for practicing, the previous year's questions is the best resource. Okay, the previous year's questions is the best resource. Let me increase the brightness somehow a little bit. Okay, that must be fine now. Okay, so any doubt so far? Is it okay? Anything you would like to ask, you can ask me. We still have 4-5 minutes to go. So I hope you are enjoying this Cat Carnival organized by iQuanta. And I'm sure this is certainly going to be helpful for your preparation. I can see some of you are already joined our batches, and some of you might be new as well. Excellent. So I highly recommend you to keep take the benefit of all these free sessions available here. Abhinav, are you asking any doubt here? It's clear. Good. Okay, so shall we end it here? Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Archie. Thank you, everyone. If there's anything you wish to ask, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you, Vaishali. So we shall end it here. So I shall take your leave. Thank you, Hasib. I hope the session must have added some value to you. Okay, thanks, Shivam. So I shall take your leave now. Thanks for the comments, Abhinav. I take it as a priority that there should not be any doubt remaining, because there is no end to the course material. You can go on and on solving questions. Yes, that's a nice question. When will be the next session? So that information you can get from our iQuanta team. Please get in touch with them. So I guess regularly we are having various sessions. On Sundays we are having 3-hour sprint marathon also, and beside that on weekdays also we are having sessions. Okay, so goodbye finally. Thank you, everyone. So I shall end this stream now.